Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I have a MAC haul for you. I did a drugstore haul which I posted earlier. I will link that in the bottom bar if you missed that. And I mentioned in that haul that I did have a MAC haul and a Sephora haul for my Sephora friends and family. I just decided to break it up so it wasn't so overwhelming. Anyway, so here are some MAC products that I have collected in the past, I would say month and a half, maybe a little bit more. I have back to MAC a lot of stuff, used up a lot of products, so I think the two lipsticks that I got were both back to MAC. So the two lipsticks that I got that are back to MAC, which I don't know if you're familiar with back to MAC, but if you turn in 6 empty MAC containers, you can get a lipstick. Now I can't remember if I showed one of these lipsticks in another haul, so I'm just going to include it in this, but this is Dark Side, and I saw Allison from Amarix do a post on this, and she used this in a look, and it's just a really pretty plummy color. I really love it for the fall. It goes great, and it's super creamy. This is an amplified formula, so here is just what it looks like, and there's the swatch of it. It goes on great to the lips. It's a little bit more burgundy than the next one that I'm going to show you, but anyways, I turned in 6 empty containers because I depot all of my shadows, and then I got that lipstick free. And then I had another 6 containers and I got this one, and this is Rebel. Now everyone has been talking about Rebel, and I got it probably a month ago, and I haven't worn it too much, but it is very similar. This is Dark Side and this is Rebel. You can see this one's more of a purple fuchsia, this one's more of a brown wine color, but let me show you. Rebel on the lips is just so beautiful. I mean, they are two very different lipsticks swatched. So you can see Rebel is this more of a dark fuchsia, and Dark Side is more of a red burgundy wine color. So I love these two lipsticks for the fall. Rebel is a satin formula, so it's a little bit more drying than the amplified, which is Dark Side is the amplified. So those are the two lipsticks that I got, which were free because I used my back to MAC. The next thing that I got, I only got one thing from the new holiday collection. I went back and forth on whether I should get the mineralized skin finishes in Whisper of Guilt and what was the other one? Superb. But I heard that they were a little bit frosty, and I felt like I already had some highlighters that were pretty frosty, so I ended up skipping out. I know that everyone's saying that they're super gorgeous, but I ended up only picking up one thing that really intrigued me from the collection, and this is the Fluid line in Catch My Eye. It's a gray color, and it has some like duochrome shimmer in it. I'm just going to swatch it for you because that would be the easiest way to see it. It's a really pretty color. It almost pulls a little bit like gray silver lavender, and I did not buy this to use as a fluid line. I bought it more to use as a base. I don't know if you can see the really pretty, it's like a pretty pewter silver color. It does have a lot of shimmer in it. So I'm going to be using that as a base to put down. It's extremely creamy, and it lasts, and it does have a lot of shimmer in it. So this will be, it's a really pretty base, and I have worn it one time as a base, and I really liked the way that the eye looked. So I got that. So that was the only thing I got from the new holiday collection. Even though it was a beautiful collection, I just am coming to a point in my makeup where I did get a lot of stuff from Sephora recently and a lot of other stuff, and I'm really coming to a point where if it's not a super unique color, I'm not quite sure I'm going to end up keeping it. I've been sending a lot of stuff back that I got. I will show it to you in a haul, and then I am sending a lot of stuff back because it just doesn't wow me. And at this point, like where I am in makeup, if it doesn't wow me, I'm not going to keep it anymore. So that's just a little side note. Okay, so I had been watching a lot of tutorials from, I think her name is Jaclyn Hill, maybe? I don't know. I'll try and link her channel in the down bar. Anyways, she's a MAC makeup artist, and she was using a lot of these colors in her tutorials, and I just figured, since I loved every look she did with them, and I was like favoriting every look, I figured I would pick them up because they would be flattering colors for the fall, and just great everyday colors anyways. So the first color is Brown Script, and a lot of these look similar, and I will tell you the differences when I swatch them. Brown Script is a matte squared, so it is the creamiest formula of a matte. And you can really tell this matte squared is super creamy. There's a swatch of it. It's a reddish toned brown. It's extremely pigmented and not patchy at all. Very goes on the lid, very creamy. I really, really like this formula and this color. And I highly suggest this color. I think it really makes blue eyes pop when you wear it on the eye. I've been doing a lot of this all over the lid and then blending it out into the crease and doing a black liner and then just a nude lip, and I love the way it looks. And then I've been wearing MAC Gingerly on my cheeks, and I just love the way this looks. So I'm really happy with this purchase. Now, if you don't want to spend the money on a MAC shadow, if you have the quad from Maybelline in Cozy Comfort, or no wait, Cozy Cashmere, that palette has a very, very similar brown color to this. So the only difference is that this one is extremely pigmented and not patchy at all, and the other one is pigmented, but it is a little bit more powdery. The next shadow I got is Saddle, and you think that these are very similar, and they are very, very similar. Saddle is a more cooler tone brown. This is more warmer brown with more reddish tones in it. I don't know if you can see the difference, but they are very, very similar. So this Saddle is a matte as well. It's not a matte squared, so it's not the same extremely smooth consistency, but it is very, very nice consistency. I will swatch these next to each other. That is Saddle. You can see the difference, and this is Brown Script. So Saddle is just a little bit more of a cooler toned warm. It's still warm, but it's just a little bit more of a brown. This is more of a reddish brown. I really have been enjoying this, and I was wearing a look with red. I think I had my drugstore haul video that I did. I was wearing Saddle in the crease. I got some comments about what I was wearing on my eyes. I was wearing Stila's Kitten on the lid, and then I blended it out in the crease with Saddle, and I really liked the way that looked. It pairs really well when you're wearing a bold lip, so I've really been loving that color. Okay, the next shadow in that similar family is Texture. Now, Texture is a velvet, and it does look very similar, but it has some sparkles in it, and it is lighter than the rest. So I will swatch that one. Here's the swatch. It's a little bit lighter. This is great for a transition color. You can see that these all kind of pair well together, and I have been wearing these three together, but that's the swatch of Texture right there. That again is Brown Script, and that is Saddle. So I've just loved those three colors for a great matte eye, and it just really makes a really pretty fall eye and an everyday eye. How many times can I say eye? Eye. Next up, I got a little bit more of a cooler tone color. This is Blackberry, which is a matte as well. I pretty much went crazy with mattes, but my friend was getting her makeup done. That's it right there. It's like a purple toned matte color. This is very similar to Plum Smoke from the Laura Mercier Artist palette, which I ended up sending back. So here is that color right there. It's, you can't see it on my knuckle. I'm gonna put it right there. So that is Blackberry. Really pretty color. This is one of those colors that I have been using with an e.l.f. brush that's like that angle brush I showed in my drugstore haul, and I've just been blending everything out with this, and I love this color when I can do like a matte or a cream silver or any type of sparkly lid and then blend it out with that color. Like I've put this base down on my lid, and then I've blended it out with Blackberry, and then I'll show you another color that I've put to darken the crease, and it just makes the prettiest cool tone smoky eye. So I've really been loving that. And I feel like it is a very good staple color for my MAC palette. Now, one thing I have ordered and I haven't shown because I haven't gotten it yet is I did order the new MAC Pro palettes. They came out with a new palette that is similar to the Z palette, except it's sturdier and pretty much just awesome, but it has a clear top, so the new MAC Pro palettes that hold all your eyeshadows are just with a magnetic thing closure, and then it opens up and it's a glass case so you can see all your eyeshadows, and then you can keep them all in one spot. It has the little pot holes if you want to buy that, but it's separate money. But I don't want it. I just want a plain palette, almost like the Z palette, with just all my shadows. So when I get that, I will show you what it looks like. But I'm really excited to depot my shadows and have them all in one spot. And then I do have a bunch of these little quads that I like to just put a few looks, like a few eyeshadows together for a good look, which I did talk about in my MAC favorites video. But I do have a lot of these 4 quads that are great for traveling and great for everyday use if you just want to pull some out of your larger palettes. Anyways, oh, and then I did order the color Smut, which is really pretty, but I'll show you that later. Okay, the next color that I got is this color right here, and it's called Handwritten. It's one of those matte squared again, super creamy, and one of those colors that I cannot believe I have not owned. I absolutely love, love, love this color. It's so pretty, and I've been using it to blend out, to darken my crease. It's right here. Do you see how pigmented and super smooth that is? It's just the really, really pretty color. I feel like it darkens up the crease perfectly. It really adds a great depth to any look that you're wearing. So I've been loving Handwritten, and that and Blackberry are some colors that I'm like, how have I not had these colors? I've heard about them, but I can't believe it took me so long to get them. And I think it was Melissa from Mel MPHS that mentioned the matte squared formula on Handwritten, and I had never realized that there was a matte squared, but I can tell the difference between mattes and the matte squared. The matte squared are just so creamy, so highly pigmented, and extremely smooth, and very easy to blend out. So there is a big difference. Okay, and the last shadow that I have recently purchased is this one right here, and it's called Shadowy Lady. It's like a deep, darkened, blackened plum color, and this is not a matte squared, it's just a plain matte. Really nice color, extremely pigmented, and this pairs really well with Blackberry. I've been using it to just darken up the crease. It's a nice alternative to black. It's not swatching super well, but see, even you can tell, like, that is a plain matte from MAC, and that is a matte squared. So I really wish they would make all of their mattes matte squared, because this is just a beautiful formula. But anyways, this is probably the best swatch in color. It's a darkened plum color, and it goes great. Shadowy Lady goes great with Blackberry, and I just like do Blackberry to blend out the crease and then deepen it with Shadowy Lady, and it's a really pretty eye look. The last thing that I've ended up purchasing from MAC is this Pearl Glide liner, and I love these, the Pearl Glide Intense eyeliners. Extremely creamy, and I got in the color Lured It Up, which is a bronze. Let me just swatch it right here. It's a really pretty, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but it's like a metallic bronze color, and it has some gold shimmer in it. I had this one in a purple color. I forgot what the purple one's called, but I love it, and I ended up loving that formula so much that when I swatched this, it was just so gorgeous. So I ended up purchasing this, and I've been really, really happy with it. It's very, very creamy, and I just love it. So that is it for my MAC haul. If you have any questions on the necklace I'm wearing, really pretty necklace, I've done a video on it. It's one of those J. Crew inspired necklaces, but not for that price. It was relatively good price, but I did do a video on that. I will try and link that below as well. I hope I remember all these links. Anyway, So these are just some new products that I have really been loving. I'm really happy with all my purchases, and like I said, I am starting to be more picky. If I don't absolutely love stuff from now on out, I am going to just return it, because I have so much makeup that it's getting to the point now where if I don't absolutely love it and I don't see myself using it all the time, if there's like even one thing that I don't like about it, then I'm going to be sending stuff back. So all the purchases I got from MAC, I highly recommend to all of you, because I have been loving them, and I think you would be happy with them too. So anyways, here are the last bit of swatches, and I hope you all have a great day. If you have any of your MAC favorites that you've been loving recently, leave them in the comments below. Thank you all for watching me. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah.